Wait. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out an ordinary-looking 1979 Washington quarter, and discovering that collectors could fight over it for a value reaching $3 million. Sounds impossible. That's exactly why this story has fascinated coin collectors for years. Today, we're uncovering the truth behind one of America's most mysterious Washington quarters. And before this story ends, you'll know exactly what separates a common 25-cent coin from one that could completely change someone's life. Welcome back to Coins History 2. Every coin has a story. Every scratch hides history. Every rare discovery begins with someone who simply decided to look a little closer. Picture a busy American family in 1979. Gas stations were crowded. Grocery stores handed back change without a second thought. Cash registers rang all day long. Millions of Washington quarters moved from one hand to another. Nobody imagined that decades later, collectors would inspect these same coins under powerful magnifying lights, searching for tiny details that could make an unbelievable difference. At first glance, every 1979 Washington quarter looks almost identical. George Washington proudly faces forward on the front of the coin. The reverse displays the familiar American eagle with its wings spread wide, holding arrows and resting above olive branches. It seems ordinary. It feels ordinary. But sometimes, the rarest treasures hide inside the most ordinary objects. Here's where the mystery begins. Most 1979 Washington quarters are worth only face value or a small premium. Yet a handful have attracted incredible attention because of exceptional condition, rare minting characteristics, and extraordinary collector demand. That's the part many people never hear about. Before we go deeper, take a second and tell me in the comments, have you ever checked the quarters sitting inside your coin jar? You might be surprised by what you've been overlooking all these years. Now let's continue. Professional coin collectors never judge a coin with the naked eye alone. They examine every tiny detail. Even the smallest mark, the sharpness of Washington's hair, the strength of the eagle's feathers, the shine across the surface, and the original mint luster all become incredibly important. This is where coin grading changes everything. Professional grading companies like PCGs, the Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Company, carefully authenticate coins and assign them an official grade. That grade becomes one of the biggest factors determining a coin's value. Imagine two identical 1979 Washington quarters. One spent years in pockets, vending machines, and cash drawers. The other somehow remained untouched since the day it left the United States Mint. The circulated coin may only be worth a few cents above face value. The untouched example could be dramatically more desirable, because collectors compete fiercely for the finest known specimens. That difference can mean hundreds, thousands, or in extraordinary circumstances involving exceptionally rare characteristics, astonishing values that capture headlines around the collecting world. But grading is only one piece of the puzzle. Experienced numismatists also search for mint errors, a tiny off-center strike, a dramatic double die, an incorrect planche, a missing clad layer, an unusual strike. These rare production mistakes can transform an ordinary coin into something collectors desperately want to own. Imagine discovering that your everyday quarter wasn't supposed to exist exactly the way it was made. Suddenly, that small piece of pocket change becomes a genuine conversation piece and possibly an important collectible. The 1979 Washington quarter was struck using a copper core sandwiched between copper-nickel layers. It weighs approximately 5.67 grams. Its diameter measures 24.3 millimeters. Its thickness is about 1.75 millimeters. These exact specifications help collectors confirm whether a coin matches official mint standards before investigating unusual characteristics. Condition remains one of the most powerful influences on value. Collectors often use terms like good, fine, extremely fine, about uncirculated, mint state, and gem mint state. Every step higher represents significantly better preservation. Coins graded MS-67, MS-68, or even higher become increasingly difficult to find because nearly every tiny imperfection prevents reaching those elite grades. That's why patience becomes the greatest tool of serious collectors. They don't simply collect coins, they collect perfection. Now imagine opening an old family coin album passed down through generations. Inside rests a brilliant 1979 Washington quarter that has never been cleaned, never been polished, and never entered circulation. That single discovery could instantly become worthy of professional examination. But there's another important lesson many beginners overlook. Never clean a collectible coin. Even gentle polishing can permanently damage the original surface. Ironically, trying to make a coin look prettier often destroys much of its collector value. Experienced numismatists prefer natural surfaces exactly as they have aged over time. If you believe you've found an exceptional 1979 Washington quarter, the smartest first step is protecting it inside a non-PVC coin holder before sending it to PCGs or NGC for professional authentication and grading. Once officially graded, selling becomes much easier. The strongest marketplaces include major coin auction houses, reputable coin dealers, established coin shows across the United States, certified numismatic marketplaces, and trusted online platforms specializing in rare coins. Certified examples almost always inspire greater buyer confidence than raw, ungraded coins. Every year, collectors spend countless hours searching through bankrolls, estate collections, flea markets, and inherited coin boxes hoping to uncover something extraordinary. Most never do. But every remarkable discovery starts with someone deciding to look carefully instead of spending the coin without thinking. That's the magic of coin collecting. History hides in plain sight. The smallest details often tell the biggest stories, and sometimes an ordinary quarter quietly waits for someone who understands exactly what they're looking at. As this story comes to an end, remember the number that captured everyone's imagination from the very beginning. An extraordinary 1979 United States Washington quarter with exceptionally rare characteristics, elite preservation, and verified professional authentication has been claimed in sensational stories to reach a value of $3 million. While typical 1979 quarters are worth only face value or modest collector premiums, every coin deserves careful examination because rarity, condition, and authentication determine what collectors are truly willing to pay. The next quarter you hold may look ordinary. Its story may be anything but ordinary.